These are the stories
My little girl, she's changing lives just by being herself.
of organizations and people making a difference.
When you first tell someone about adaptive wheelchair boxing, it doesn't sound real.
And empowering others
It saved my life. It saved my life.
across Canada
I scored my first goal in my first blind hockey game.
in our community.
The biggest problem we have is people thinking it, and we have set up, rec fairs and the like, and you can actually hear people talking as they walk past, and they'll be telling their kids or talking to other people, and they'll often say, "Oh, I've seen that, looks interesting, but it's not for me." And it's not, it's for everyone. We have, people walking in, we have people wheeling in, we have people that, you may be amputees, everyone just plays together, and it is so welcoming because of that. So my name's Rob Stiles. I am Programming Director with Northern Adapted Sports Association, and we are currently in the Spinal Cord Injury BC Northern Resource Centre offices. We have wheelchair basketball, we have wheelchair rugby, we have para ice hockey that's running here. We're in Prince George at the moment. We do also have other practices elsewhere, so we have wheelchair basketball clubs across the province. And the same thing, we do blind sports as well. We work with deaf, so if there is anything and we come across people, we can really get that side of the awareness going. My wife actually uses a chair, so she had a motor vehicle accident and uses a chair all the time. So when we first came to Prince George, we actually started playing with the basketball club that was here at the time. We had 2 kids, so it was all 4 of us. It was the only thing that we could really do. There wasn't any kind of separation and it wasn't weird. And what we found was that everyone's super welcoming. And that's kind of when I took on the coaching roles a bit more there. I started doing coaching courses and found that actually I kind of love it. So.
On a snowy winter's day in Prince George, Rob is introducing adapted sports and NASA to the students of Edgewood Elementary School.
All right, so we have the students just coming in for the next class. So it's kind of an awareness piece, just the basics. So we'll talk them through. I'll give them the safety rules and a little bit about me. So I have my own organization. We are Northern Adapted Sports Association, which is NASA or NASA. So you can now tell everyone you know that you have worked with NASA. And I can tell you straight away that you are awesome. I have bad knees. So I played a lot of soccer when I was young. Football to me, because I'm from Britain. We didn't warm up great when I was young, I've got to be honest. And now I have bad knees. So I could play with you guys, I could run around in here, but after a couple of minutes, my knees would hurt, and I'd probably end up sitting on the side, and I'd be left out. Okay? However, if I put all of us in a wheelchair, we can totally play tag together. Now I'm not left out. No one should ever get left out. Let's get everyone in together, we can all play together.
So when it goes into schools, it's kind of a dual outreach for us. It's bringing awareness to just adapted sports, to physical disability in general.
We're gonna get everyone in the wheelchairs today, so we'll show them how to move them. We'll probably do a few tag games. Whenever we move the chairs, we always grab the whole wheel. So my thumb is on the red part, the tire. Just my 4 fingers are on the push rim, okay? I'm gonna lean forward to go forward. You want your weight to the front. You're gonna push down as far as you can go and then let go. So we always push, let go. Push, let go. Push, let go. Whichever direction you wanna turn is the wheel you grab hold of. If I'm indecisive and I don't know which direction I wanna go, I'm gonna grab one wheel, keep holding it. You'll go round and round until you make up a decision. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, if you do need to stop, say you're gonna crash into some children, you're gonna leave. Oh, you don't trust me. It's all good. No, I haven't hit anyone yet. It's all good. Well, I can't see the future, maybe. So we usually try and finish with something. So the older kids often have the basketballs out. It's quite a tricky skill. So as we get, we have a 4 or 5 grade here. So we'll probably use a big bouncy ball kind of thing. So we often play with the floor hockey nets or something just to get into that idea of moving the ball back and forth and passing between teammates and stuff. So. Oh, good defense. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, the whistle had gone, unfortunate. Which is great because everyone's a winner. Tide games are my favorite.
For some people in Prince George, their introduction to adapted sports occurred years ago, in the early days of NASA.
There was no Prince George team. I would have to play for different teams, so I played for Victoria over the years or Kamloops, but through the work of Rob and Brandy, we've been able to create an athlete base and create a team now in Prince George that's able to travel to tournaments and play in the provincial league. I'm Joel Ewart. I'm a para-athlete and a student, and we are here in my home in Prince George, BC. I think removing barriers is something that NASA does very well, and I think that's a big part of a successful Adapted Sports Association. Knowing that they're going to support you in any way possible really helps put you at ease and is really something that is a strength of the organization.
In addition to being an athlete, Joel is studying medicine at the University of Northern BC.
We just got the campus. Pulling my walker out, getting ready to head to class. It is a pretty tough environment in Prince George. There's definitely some things about the built environment of the university that I would like to see addressed. And I've actually been doing some work with a professor, Dr. Rihanna Robinson, around accessibility at the university. I'm part of the Accessibility Ambassadors Initiative. So I've done a lot of work over this last summer and this last little bit to be able to help design what maybe the future accessibility policy at the university could look like. I started out in school taking a biomedical studies degree. I did that for 4 years, and then after that, I've now gone into a First Nations studies degree. I found that it was a really good opportunity to expand my knowledge and help educate myself and hopefully inform my future practice as a doctor one day.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
I live in an apartment and this gym is hooked up to it, so it's very convenient, so I can just come here and play basketball, do some laps around the gym, keep my cardio going and keep my strength up and just, work out, take my mind off school and life. So my name is Brooke Purplelock. I'm a full-time student here at UMBC, and as well as an athlete in wheelchair basketball and in wheelchair rugby. Let's see if I can get this one in. Got it in. Every time I come to the gym, I like to throw the ball against the wall, just to keep up my skills and practice passing, because that's both very important in wheelchair rugby and basketball. Okay, I'm tired now. I'm gonna go make some dinner and then head to basketball practice. I'm taking the Bachelor's of Social Work program at UMBC, full-time obviously, taking 4 classes. I want to help other people, know that they're not the only one experiencing its barriers, and I just want to give my personal experience to help them.
So I'm Gwen, I'm Brooke's mom, and I'm in Prince George, BC. In Brooke's schooling, she's taking social work, so she's learned to advocate. What she wants to do with it is she learns her voice, is what she says, and so she wants to help people with their voices.
Being on the provincial team, it's nice to have a life outside of school, just to have an identity other than, being a student, because it's so easy just to get wrapped up in academic life and just studying, putting your mind into books, and it's nice just to have that. So my mom has played a huge role in my career in my sports. So she's driving me to practices and, taking me to the airport early in the morning to go to Vancouver to play tournaments, cooking dinner at night because she does it all, so yeah.
She used to be shy and quiet, and Rob has pushed her to come out and play, and they take her to tournaments and they go all out for her. Are you looking forward to going to Vancouver this weekend?
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
Do you want tomato?
Sure.
Did you eat all the pre-made chicken, or is it done? Or is there more?
There's still more chicken.
You want to
Should I
grab
get
it?
it out?
Yeah.
Here's my messy fridge. There's chicken.
So what are you training for at the camp?
It's a training camp where everybody on the team comes and we train together and play some scrimmage and do some drills and leading up to the tournaments that are happening in March and May.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which dressing do you want?
Ranch. I'll get it.
Oh, well, we need to get more ranch.
Yeah, I need to go grocery shopping. Now I'm gonna quickly eat my salad and go to practice.
Okay.
You literally never make my salads.
You're such a liar.
Oh.
With dinner finished, Gwen drives Brooke to UNBC for NASA's weekly wheelchair basketball practice, where she links up with Rob, Joel, and many others.
We're at the UNBC Northern Sports Center, and we're here playing wheelchair basketball. We do this weekly on Monday nights. I've been coming here for about 5 years. And yeah, we're just gonna have some fun and do some drills and maybe play a game.
This is our regular practice, actually our first back after Christmas, which is always interesting. So you get a lot of people that have slipped a little bit over the festivities. But this is our regular practice. So we go all through the season. So we start in September. It's a winter sport. A lot of people are a bit confused by that, especially as it's in the summer Paralympics, but we're a winter sport, so we'll start up here in September. We're doing a lot of stuff at the moment. We actually have BC Games, which is a junior, kind of like a miniature Canada Games, which is a miniature Olympics kind of thing, so we have that coming up. So some of the people here today are in prep for that, so some of our younger athletes, we're working on specific skills that they'll be able to use when they play in BC Games coming up. Always tricky when you come back, so very simple stuff always to start with. A lot of stuff that just gets people's cardio going. The sort of weaves work on passing. Again, this is actually behind me now is one-on-one shadow. So this works a lot on the defense element of it and how you stop a person's chair. So what you'll find even at like BC Games level, so that's what I was trying to explain to Bronwyn there, he's going to have a similar problem, and Cole, when you meet him, similar problem. Some people are going to be very quick because they're going to be doing it from very early on. So as soon as you're in that position and you've lost them, you have to just admit your defeat at that point. So in a moment, we're going to switch to sort of 2-on-2. So this builds up. It's a progression in fancy coach speak, where we just add a little thing in. So we'll add another person in and you'll work with a partner. So then it becomes a lot more about communicating with that in your partner and who's got past. Again, inclusive, and we have a classification system like most parasports. So a lot of that time it's who am I with, who's my partner? Maybe they're not as able, maybe they're a lower pointer. So how do I work with them? How do I make sure that the two people don't get past? And then we'll add in a ball as well, so that there's another element there. You're dealing with something else that you have to work with. Time always goes quickly, but everyone loves to finish with a little game, so we'll probably scrimmage to finish off. So.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
Rob, with the NASA program, he's expanded it by involving other people and getting more players to come out. It's helped give Joel training partners, which he never had before. My name is Benita Ewart. I am Joel Ewart's mom. We live in Prince George, BC, and we are currently in our living room.
Here we have a lot of accreditations, a lot of medals from all over the place. A bronze medal playing basketball. And then here we have stuff from the provincial basketball career that ended with a gold medal last year in PEI 2023. You know, here you see accreditations and medals, but you know, those aren't really the things you remember. It's the experiences I had along the way and all the fun and laughs I had with teammates. I think that was one of the benefits of playing rugby and basketball is they're both team sports, and so you get to have that.
We're proud of everything you've done. You know, when you've let us come and watch.
Sometimes more than I wanted. So I got a gym here in my basement, and I like to come down here a few days a week, and that's what helps keep me in shape for the season. I'm getting on the rowing machine here first. To start, this one can be a little tricky to get onto because the seat moves. Figured out a way that works for me. I usually go for about 5K on here. Take me around half an hour. All right, enough rowing, time to go on to the next thing. I also like stretching on the floor. Makes me really reach for everything and helps get my whole body engaged when I'm on the floor. It was only a few years ago I learned it's important to stretch everything, kind of no matter what you do. So if it's stretching my legs, which I don't use too much when I work out, it's important. Oh, time to go to practice. Gotta load up the chair in the walker. Just left my house after the first rugby practice after the holiday break. Excited to see everybody. But boy, it sure is cold. Get my call when I'm up there. Because especially if it's snowing outside, it's really tough to get my chair in myself. So I usually get him or he'll send some other able-bodied person. Help unload my car. One of the many helpful things Rob does for me on practice nights.
Hello?
Hey, are you here yet?
Yeah, we are indeed.
I'm around back if you want to help me unload my chair. If that's all right?
I just think I can manage that. Give me 2 seconds.
Awesome, thank you, Rob.
No worries, do this after Robbie. You gonna open it? You want me to bring it around for you? Oh, I know, you got all this stuff that you wanted.
That'd be awesome, Rob. As I've grown, Rob has encouraged me to get more into coaching, and that's been a really cool transition for me. Okay, I got my gloves on, I got my straps done up, I think we're good to go. We're just getting warmed up, doing a couple warm-up laps. Getting everything loose, limber, ready to go. All right, start with the arm across the body. That one usually doesn't hurt, that hurt today. Now let's do some twists. You can feel that one, Brooke? Let's do some scrimmaging next. Maybe let's do me and Brooke against Rob and Chantel. I'm under.
Oh, lack of commitment there.
Yeah. I go up. Oh.
I think practice was good tonight. We had a little bit of a smaller crew than usual, but I think we still got a pretty good workout in, and it was good to hit some stuff. I hadn't hit a lot of stuff over Christmas break, so it was nice to hit some people. What do you think, Brooke?
Yeah, it was pretty good to be back after a couple weeks off, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It always feels good when you can stuff somebody or you can block a ball, but it was also just good to get back joking around with everybody.
I think Brooke really came out of her shell because of NASA. She's more outgoing. Rob has really pushed it, and it's just been great.
They've incorporated everything together. You're not having to go here for that sport, this sport, but just their ability to engage people in the sports.
Especially when it comes to wheelchair sports, it's about those first few experiences, not just the first one. Your first experience might be bad, but I think that it's important to go out there and give it a try again and know that there's going to be a whole community. They're going to be there to try to support you.
Nobody's there to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you if you're not the greatest at first. I definitely felt supported when I first joined NASA.
I can just see them growing and growing and, you know, really changing a lot of lives for people with disabilities in northern BC.
There is now the opportunity for someone in Terrace or someone in Kitimat. I've been to Haida Gwaii, Fort St. John, Fort Nelson. These are areas that previously really didn't have anything at all. And maybe it's only a few people that go out and play every week, but there is that opportunity and there is that equipment there for people to try it. And that's pretty huge.
Producer-writer Mike Wavrican. Director, production manager Sam Graham. Director of photography and editor Luke Connor. Sound mix David Parfit. Graphics Andrew Antonello. Narrator Mark Phoenix. Integrated described video consultant Ron Rickford. Supervising producer Jennifer Johnson. Content development specialist Sylvie Fiquette. Director programming Lisanne Gagne. Director content development and production Kara Nye. Vice President, Content Development and Operations, John Melville. President and CEO, David Arrington. Copyright 2024, Accessible Media, Inc.
An AMI original production.